Okay, before replacing this, you're gonna need a jack. It could be this type or the other winding type, anyone that is very suitable for you. And you're gonna need a 7/8 combination spanner. Then when you're done and ready with that, then you want to make sure that you put your car on a handbrake, or possibly put a wedge so it doesn't roll back when you get underneath. Then okay, you want to come here and jack your car up. You screw the bolt like you see me screw. This is the kind of one you're using here, so it doesn't fall back. Then you go ahead. You might want to support it, but though it can't even actually hit you because the tires are still on it. So you're gonna lift it at least to a point where it's gonna actually give you a clearance to go underneath and walk comfortably underneath, because to replace the oxygen sensor, you're gonna be accessing it from the down part where the exhaust, the manifold is, the first catalytic converter is. Guys, this is Mr. Cool Auto Fix. I don't know if you're one of those guys who still have a copy of Ford Mondeo 98 model 2.5 for a duratec engine, 24 valve double overhead cam, and maybe if yours have hit around 150 mileage on, I think you probably be thinking about to change this oxygen sensor, right? Now, I don't know if you are one of those who are like me who have purchased this oxygen sensor, but when you think about the location where this piece is mounted, getting it replaced becomes another challenge. Well, you're not alone if exactly that's what you feel, that's exactly what you're passing through right now. I tried to search through the junkyard and salvage yard the other time, and I see a lot of them that's packed up there. That is even funny, newer than mine, and that really tells me that a lot of you guys in the Western world don't really have that strong mindset about fixing a problem. Over little things, you get it thrown out into the junkyard. If you come down here in Nigeria, you're gonna see a lot of cars, which you're gonna find a lot better ones in a junkyard in the Western junkyard, stay on the road and performing. That's insane, right? Anyway, let's go to the topic on how you can be able to change this. For this video, I'm gonna be making the first one. I don't have time to check this other one, sorry, it's not even about time. There is another one that is after this, which you need to get this one out to be able to see if your hand can be able to access it. And I think my own recommendation is gonna be try accessing it from the under. So the first, the bank 1 is here and the bank 2 is over there. So this one that is somewhere here is one I'm gonna be replacing, and I'm gonna show you quickly the tool you're gonna be using to get it out. If suppose you don't have the right tool, which the oxygen sensor socket, you should be using this, that is 7/8. You know, I think both ways is gonna work. I recommend you to use this, and the way they've given it, they give a little bit of clearance which you can actually use to be able to access it. If you try to lose it from here, you're gonna be having a lot of problems. So I advise you go from the underneath, and let me show you how you're gonna do it. Stay tuned. You come down here, accessing it from the under, you can see it right here. So if you don't have if you're trying to, you can actually use either ways. Like you can see it right here as I bring out the socket. So you can get this, you can get this, your 7/8 combination. And let me show you what you're gonna do if suppose you want to lose it from the other way. You can see it right here. You gladly enter without a problem. So this is the best tool for it if suppose you don't have the socket. You see it goes in, but I won't guarantee you that it's gonna work with other makes. All right, so for this one, I'm just gonna put it here. I'm just gonna like this. Now when it goes inside, it's gonna pretty much turn the other way, but if you know you didn't put it correctly, you can reverse it. So like I reverse this one here. Now let me show you what it's gonna feel like. You can see it right there. Let me show you. You can see it right there. So you can pretty much tighten it and loosen it. It's not gonna take too much strength to be able to pull it to get it out from that place. Now, if suppose you want the other side, it's still gonna be pretty much the same thing. Here is actually very tight if you've tried to access this from the under before. But let me show you quickly what you should understand. Once you got it slacked, you have done the whole job there, because slacking it is gonna be the first thing you're gonna do. Now let me show you. If you see this thing right here is hooked up to it. So if you turn it to go to the exhaust pipe, that is to tighten it. If you swing it backwards to go towards the engine bay that's in front of the bumper, that is how to lose it. So you're gonna be forcing it to go to the engine bay towards the radiator side as soon as you get it on, and that's it. Then you're gonna get your hands inside it as soon as you get it loose, and it's done. Okay, you can see this is the new one I bought. This is the old one that is here. You have to compare the socket and make sure that they have similar sockets. So if they don't, it means you have to do a reconnection like the one which I'm about to do next. So, okay, you can see it right here. So they are the same, pretty much the same thing, but only that the new one that I bought, which is aftermarket, has a different configuration. I know it's pretty much gonna work the same, and you can see that the cable is more longer, but I'm certain that they are the same thread. So all you need to do when you get a new one, the new one is going to be coming with some sort of grease added to it. You can see here it seems like grease or some kind of some kind of light grease. So if it doesn't have, you can just apply some little grease to it, not here, and you go back down and screw it. So let's go screw it in. Okay, let's go. So the main reason for the grease is because if it's dried, you won't be able to get it in. So you gotta use your hand to guide it until it's well guided. Then you're good to go. You might want to screw it backward first, because it's gonna pretty much be acting in the opposite direction if you don't screw it back. Reverse it. You see how I reversed it, right? So when you're screwing it, it's gonna be accepting it, and you screw it, you leave it to come back out. Okay, like you can see that it's actually squeezed right now. So you're gonna straighten the wire, and you're gonna continue until when it's tight to the point. So you gotta still use the hand to tighten it the more until it's strong. Okay, now it's strong. My hand can't tighten it any longer, so I'm gonna be using this. And don't torque it too hard so you don't break anything there, because if you break anything, there's gonna be a very big mess. So I have it right here like I told you. So you tighten it towards the exhaust, you flip your 5/8 like I did, and alright, gently you flip it again. When you tighten it, you flip it. When you tighten it, you flip it. That's the only easy way out to actually work on a very tight spot like that. Okay, now that you know how to replace your oxygen sensor in Ford Mondeo 98 model or Ford Contour 98 model V6 duratec, specifically on a very tight spot, do give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to catch you guys later. This is Mr. Autoface signing out now. I'll see you again. Bye for now.